when I made that first Brittany Reiner video, like it really made me think about where I want my channel to go, like what direction I want my channel to go in. And it's that started to be important to me, and but like slightly though. It was like the thought the size of a grain of sand, but it was there. You know what I mean? Cuz I was just really proud of the video. Even though they copyright striked it twice. Shout out DJ Academics and the copyright strike kings at Tip Tip Tabib and Moron. Uh, but anyway, um, yeah, I was thinking about it, and so when the situation happened with Nims, when he was like, "Man, the fuck up," it just clicked in my brain that one time, and like I said, I know I done heard people say that before, but it just clicked in my brain. I was like, "That's my channel name, man, the fuck up," and based on the channel name, I was like, "This is the direction I want to go into as well." Where my content would ever be included in the manosphere or manosphere, however you say that, or red pill community. Actually, great video coming up. But but and let me say that again. I never want to be associated with that kind of content. I like to make like direct content just coming from my own thoughts and my own self. Now, if somebody says like, "Hey, something you said or your opinion on this matches like these red pill people," I mean, you can like one thing that I say should not make me a part of a community. You see what I'm saying? I'm not a feminist, and I agree with half the shit they say. You see what I'm saying? So doesn't make you a part. Your agreements don't make you that. Doesn't make you that group or people, right? But I was thinking about, this being the idea, this being the go-to for my channel, this being my direction. And I said, well, if you say man the fuck up, then people may assume that like, oh, you're bashing women or you telling men how to get women or when I don't live in that space. I never did. I never did. And I probably know how to get women better than a lot of you. But that's not something I'm finna have a discussion about and try to sell somebody's about meeting women. I mean, that's just confidence. Like that's it. Woman only likes somebody with confidence, brave enough to approach her. If she like it, she like it. If you don't, you don't. You move on. It's a numbers game. But you know what? More, I can't like. I'm gonna sell you that. I'm gonna sell you the truth on dating. That it's numbers. You know that from swiping on a dating app. It's a numbers game. I never would want to be associated with one of those guys. That's a pathetic road to go down. To try to tell men how to get women. I would, and I'm gonna tell y'all this too. You think about this. Would you listen to a man tell you how to get women, or would you listen to a woman tell you what women want from men? I'm never gonna listen to a man tell me anything about women. I didn't learn to please women from watching men do it. I'm not learning anything about a woman from a man. Make sense? I know it do. Men can give you advice. They can tell you their experiences. But as far as like direct source to consumer, nigga, just ask the lady. So yeah, I would never try to sell somebody something like that. I think it's pathetic. I think you devalue women when you're in these spaces. You know what I mean? And I think guys in these spaces, and I'm not gonna go too far deep into this because this is gonna be we're gonna talk about this tonight. But I think guys in these spaces, they they look for a certain type of woman, and then they wonder why they have a broken down thought process about what they think all women do, but you only go after one type of woman. There's there's not two types of women either. There's not Thotty McThotty and then this regular girl. There's uh, women, if you talk to them, will tell you there's a vast array of different thought processes in just being a woman. Every woman does not think the same as this woman, 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 as this woman. It's just the same that goes for men. So it's like, oh, she's either a harlot or she's goody two shoes. It's like if it was that simple, man, shit, this world would be boring as hell. So again, I say I never wanted my content to seem that way, or even the title of my channel that way. I was being very conscientious because I don't want um like I speak my truth. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going through a situation right now that I'll tell y'all about in a few months. But man, actually, I'm going through a few situationships because y'all know the abusive relationship I'm in with the government. We gonna talk about, you know, that we're gonna get that on camera, guy. But I'm in a few situationships. One being with Uncle Sam. So I will definitely divulge how that relationship has been metastasizing. um, and just like my life in general, decisions I've made over the past few months, how things have been going for me. Um, but you'll see that with hearing about my lifestyle, hearing how I move in my regular day, because I think that's important too. Like how when you watch people in content, like people want to show you like when they're going to buy a new Lambo, when they're going to pick up some jewelry, a new chain. Like nah, I'm real regular. You know what I'm saying? But I think manning up, I think it can be done. I think it can be said. I think it could be an idea. I think it could be your ideology. But I don't think it needs to be associated with things outside of actually manning up. Like if we say man up and we can stay in the confines, because this is how I rationalize it in my mind about the title, right? I'm like, well, if you're standing in the confines of just manning up, if you're not like, yeah, man, you know, you got to get a woman that's going, you got to, you know, these women out here these days, man. Like, if that is associated, because that has nothing to do with manning up. Manning up should be within this space, right? About you know, about self motivation. And you can't self motivate by talking about other people, women or whatever. It should just be now. Will women come up? Will I talk about my fucking experiences? Will I say things that trigger women, trigger men? That, yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm with all the smoke now. But who wants to hear? You know, I got some women that subscribe to my channel. Shout out Natural Beauty. Um, who wants to hear this aggressive banter, damaged? I can show you all of my pain by what I'm saying, but I'm speaking about none of my pain, but I'm exposing all of myself. Guy, who wants that guy? Because y'all can go find that guy 40 times over on YouTube, probably 40,000 times over, right? When I'm just a guy's guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take y'all to the cigar bar that I be at. Like, I'm going to really, like, get y'all, you know what I'm saying, out here in these streets with me, but who wants to hear that guy again? Who wants to hear that guy be that guy from his mom's basement? Nobody. And so y'all not gonna get that from me. I'm like everybody else. I'm human. I get triggered. I may make a video on some shit. You know what I'm saying? But I always come from a certain type of place, man, where, you know, like On certain shit, ain't no perspective. Ain't no seeing it. Oh yeah, you got to see this side of things. You see what I'm saying? To me, that's manning up. People always be like, "Well, there's two sides to every story." Like, nah, it's just this bullet. Well, it's two sides to every story, but they sleep forever. They can't tell you that shit. Like, it's just I don't know. I just always thought that like to be fair to myself, to be fair to all the women that raised me, I wasn't raised by men. I didn't have no like I had like my cousins' fathers around me, but I didn't have no man in my household or one I was around all the time. Most of this shit I learned from the muscle and from my mom. Like I didn't so I don't really think my channel would survive because I wouldn't be being true to myself if I just made like a He-Man woman hater channel and was like red pill community or whatever it is. I don't really know what the fuck the red pill community is. I just hear what is being said and I just know like there's no way I can make that kind of content and feel comfortable. But I do want to talk about shit that it may rub people the wrong way, but just not in that manner and just not in that type of way. So but I found my lane. Stay in your lane. When my shit says man the fuck up, it's staying in the lane of men. Yes, we will discuss the opposite sex and obviously that's just a part of being on this damn planet. But not in a blaming fashion. Not what's wrong with women. My channel's not about what's wrong with women. I told you if you want somebody to hate on women, then go find a channel for that. Like I may speak some truths, my truths about women that I may feel that, I'm opinionated. But that's this is not this. I'm not trying to draw audience from one comment. I hope nobody don't like clickbait me and then be like just rerunning some shit I said, like they doing fresh, like like they doing tip to be the moron right now. So, um, yeah, and so yeah, that with that thought of just staying in my lane and just only talking about what's true to me, what's dear to me, what makes me feel right, what I feel is right. This is where we are right now. I don't know the future. I know right now. Right now, this is my channel. Man up, man the fuck up. And I thank y'all for coming back with y'all subs, man. Finna get me to 1,000. And honestly, I think the channel revamp has a lot to do with it because I had got like one or two before the channel revamp, and then like I got like 10 right after I revamped the channel. So I'm still working on some things. Um, I'm trying to learn more about the YouTube thing. Um, more about cameras and lighting, and just like giving y'all like my best self because, I know y'all don't care about that stuff with me, but it's like y'all support me a lot with this. Y'all give me the follows, the likes, the comments, and that all puts me in this algorithm so that I can make money for my family. So I will make sure that my content is as in line with other dope YouTubers that I admire myself. Everybody has their niche, their market. I know y'all just love to see my ass sit down where the fuck I'm at and jump on cam. So, and I love y'all for that. Y'all got on me early with the old edits. That's another thing too. I want to talk to y'all about. Like when I first started making content, I used to put because bought a I bought I bought editing software and I started playing with the software while I was making videos, and I would leave like, just crazy graphics and screen changes and flips and shit in the video. And y'all jumped in the comments was like, yo, we love everything you talking about, everything in videos. Just stop. We don't want them edits. We don't need it. We don't need it to watch your content. We just want to watch your ass. So that's always meant a lot to me. I've always kept that in my mind, at the front of my mind, not at the back. And yeah, man, I thank y'all so much, man. Cause like this is like really how I wanted to it's how I really wanted to come out to y'all in the world. You know what I'm saying? I had other I had other thoughts of how God was gonna give me my opportunity to talk to the people. And I always knew that was what I was supposed to do. And if it's via YouTube, that I get to be myself, speak my truth, talk my shit. Um, and some of the things I talk about do be heavy. Like I see the love and respect I'm getting from my last video I did on Umar Johnson. Cause yes, I do talk about a lot of heavy stuff. But I talk about it in a way where you can relate and you don't feel like somebody trying to sound smart and do some shit over your head. I actually like to point them people out. I'm not that kind of dude. I don't need to. I don't need nothing from you. And yes, I would do everything every other YouTuber do. I've already had people ask me where they can donate to my channel. So yes, I'll allow y'all to donate to me, super chat, all that stuff. But I promise you, it's not what I am here for. I understand that's not my purpose in this thing. I understand that because that stuff involves money, and money is not why I'm here. If I was here for money, I would have been here a long time ago doing this. And I tell y'all, my 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 content would be a lot different. I damn sure wouldn't risk the algorithm knocking me down just to give y'all the truth. If I was here for money, if I was here for money, I wouldn't be talking about Umar. I'll be trying to ship y'all right back to Africa with him. I'm not here for none of that. I'm here for what's right. I'm here for what's correct, what is right, what is historically correct, and what's historically right. You ain't gonna agree with everything I say. That's fine. I didn't ask you to come here and fucking agree with me. I didn't say, hey, I built this fucking yes man channel. Come agree with everything I say. Didn't ask for that. I don't want to be. We're gonna keep that in mind all the time too. I ain't trying to be nothing. I ain't trying to be nothing. Cause y'all like Jesus. Jesus said somewhere. See, cause you always gotta understand. God said. God said. And I'm not a Christian. Not a Christian. We just like to drop gems. All right. We just like to drop nims. We drop nims on here. All right. And Jesus said, there's a part of there's a part in this where I guess Jesus is talking to God and he's pleading with God that he did not tell y'all to worship him. I think I think when you get to the core of idol worship, I think this passage, this reading of Jesus pleading with God about, now granted, I don't subscribe to the Jesus thing, nor do I subscribe to the God of the Bible. I'm just giving you some reference for your life. Everything is to learn. Everything is a need to become, you know, the ABCs did not become your God. You just learned them. Multiplication did not become your God. Addition did not become your God, but you learned it. So let's talk. So Jesus says to God, he says, don't please don't please don't hold me accountable for these people praising me. Please don't hold me accountable for them calling out my name. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. No, I'm not Jesus. Never been like, and I don't even know what y'all think that particular thing is. I'm just saying I would never want to be somebody. I would never want to be your leader. I would never want to be your God. I don't have that personality. Nothing will turn on to me inside of me that's gonna go, I want to be a dictator in a sense. Or I want to I like a leader of men, yes, partially, but a leader of individual men who do their own thing, that who are leaders in their own right. You know what I mean? Like I would not want, like I just wouldn't want to be like the focused leader of anybody, because everything is just based on my opinion, my thought. Even if people think it's like forthright and moving forward, that's all good, and you can learn something from it and maybe even apply it to yourself, like I've learned from plenty of men and women in my life. But I just think when I look at that passage, I just think, man, even though I don't subscribe to none of that stuff, that's powerful. You got people who walk around with pendants and charms and things on, with like that are actually torture devices. Like a cross is a torture device. Like you're wearing that on your neck is like a symbology of what, that this person was tortured to death. Like you gotta simply put, like, logic is not logic when it goes against your everyday life. When you've been raised and you was born doing something, everything else is logical besides what you do fanatically, right? So it doesn't sound logical for people to give up their cross, to stop praying to the cross, to stop, because it's something they've done forever. But the logic of it is that that is a torture device. So what you're telling me, see, because we got to use logic now, and people are going to say, okay, now that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Why would you say such things? That's ridiculous. Well, let's see. Let's see how ridiculous. So if Jesus died from guillotine, would you guys be wearing a guillotine shaped object that you can cut your vegetables? You can cut your blunts. So we're all just gonna be venerating the guillotine. See, because more people died on the cross, and more people died on the cross in way more graphic ways than the way Jesus died. Not comparing, right? But I would never want that, because you look how throughout time, throughout, like, look at what they already did to him throughout time. Look what time has done to him. Look at what time has done to his name. See what I'm saying? You know, I just don't want to be a charlatan, a trickster, and I never want to be perceived. I would never even want to have to defend that position. I'm quite sure people say all kind of things about you. For righteous people, those things can't be substantiated. But I just would never want to lead myself to somewhere I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to go. And I would want y'all to take that into consideration when it comes to um, following people's content and having your own ideas in this world. If something goes against the universe, the omnipotence of the flow, the sounds, the vibrations, the constant expansion of the universe. If something goes against that greater essence, that creator, then it shouldn't be of you, because everything that was created is of the universe. Well, people say the universe created bad. I just think after the universe was created, the chaos portion was a decision of balance. But chaos is can be in forms, right? Chaos is also a nuclear reaction, right? That is chaos. The Big Bang, that is chaos. So chaos does not necessarily have, like, I'll give you an example. If you have a utopic society where there's nothing negative, there's no bad in this utopic society, right? There still can be chaos. You say how? Because if they have a hydrogen sun, that's chaos. The reactionary that's going on with this particular sun is chaos, because it is the reaction, it is the actual reaction that is happening that makes this chaos. So you can have a utopic society and still have chaos. But when they teach you about balance and they teach you about the universe and nature, they try to make you believe that there's chaos and that there's life and that these things go hand in hand. And they do not. They do not. Because chaos is a byproduct. The universe was made in in reverence, in this up, in this high frequency thought, this up kind of thought, not this low down. When they say this is a simulation or the matrix, like, regardless, it wasn't created to be any haven for dark entities or anything like that. Everything else is a byproduct outside of in the universe. The universe is born in love and first, and then everything else is a decision after the universe is born. So when they try to tell you there's balance in life and chaos, that chaos is needed, it is true. But they're not telling you that chaos can be in forms. So it doesn't necessarily have to be good and evil. And they've broken us down to this concept of like good and evil, when actually it's life and it's chaos, it's creation and what gets developed and the byproduct off of that, right? And so my point is, excuse me, you can live in a utopic society and the chaos that would exist would be the um reactionary of your sun that lights wherever you live, because the chaos that exists inside of this sun, for it to generate the heat, for it to generate, for this um for these atoms and neutrons and protons to be banging and moving and around to create this sun, for this sun to stay, that is chaos. That is chaos in itself. You see what I'm saying? So chaos exists in our universe. Chaos exists in the Milky Way because it exists in our sun. But it should not, or it does not specifically have to exist in beings that obtain avatars such as ourselves. It's not. It's not a necessity to say that, oh, chaos must exist in the spirit and in the avatar that's created, because chaos already exists in each. Probably, I'm not going to say, but I know it exists in our solar system, in the Milky Way, in the representation of our sun. That reactionary, that reaction with our sun is chaos. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that when we're in this thing, there's a lot of things that people people tell you, and it's not. It's they keep the truth under here. It's always layered. and it's always semantics. They never really just want to tell you the straight up truth. You know, being and that's why I revamped the channel. That's why man the fuck up was important to me because I'm staying in my lane. I don't want to talk down to women. I'm not creating a trying to be a part of any other community and like branch off and all this stuff. No, I make content strictly on stuff in my head. And when I watch things that I want to watch, I get triggered and I do my own content. But I don't want to be watching CNN and be talking about what's going on over here, what's going on over there. That's not what I do. That's not what I do. I just think that I want to encourage men and women. When I say man to fuck up, it's to women too. I just want to encourage men and women to be better people, not to make more money, not to scam, not to oh this is how you style on them, not to give you fashion tips even though I'm fly as fucking this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's I'm not here for superficial. I'm not here for Instagram. I'm not here for none of those things. I am here to talk about what is real and what's actually in front of you, not Democrat or Republican. That is the same thing. If we're still stuck on that stuff, that stuff is just the same thing. That they don't. There's no difference in none of that. Like, let's not fool ourselves. Let's not like. I'm here to talk about uplifting you as an individual, your household, your thoughts, and this is when I can get behind this camera and I can look at it and see myself talk to y'all. I'm talking to myself too. I'm trying to uplift Darius. I'm trying to uplift my better self, my better being, my friends. I got people that fuck with me that love me, my family. I'm trying to become better too. I want to be able to hold myself accountable to the person that y'all see behind the cam. I'm not perfect. I haven't done everything right in my life. I haven't like I'm no saint. I got to pass just like everybody else. I don't know how horrible mine is compared to anybody else's, but I try to be the best me that I can right now moving forward. I've made that decision a long time ago. I've been walking in those footsteps for a long time, and now I'm prepared to to let the world experience me grow some more. And where I come from is a place of learning what the fuck integrity is. Integrity is everything. And people may not think that every move you make is the best. Every move that you make is not going to be the best move for everybody that knows you. That's just the truth of the matter. So not everyone is going to so much agree and say everyone is integral because somehow, some way, someday, maybe your integrity, or maybe for that person, your lack thereof has affected them in some way. So I'm well aware of people may have outside opinions of what I think of myself in a sense, but in my journey, I just started to understand how important it is to not have nobody look at you like no motherfucking sucker. That's always been important to me, and and when I kept when I developed that concept, I was in my 20s. And I always thought, man, you know, I don't want nobody look at me like no fucking sucker. Like never. And I don't want to do no sucker shit. Cause that's how somebody look at you like a sucker. Like when you do sucker shit, when you in this world not standing up like a man, not doing real shit, it's like then you stand a chance like a motherfucker like, man, that they don't fuck with that nigga. That nigga a sucker. And I never want to be viewed that way. You know what I'm saying? So I always stand on my shit. I get a lot of help. I'm that type of person. I never was like, you know, outside of my like to my family. My family think I'm the money man. You know, especially before my little situation and shit. I helped out everybody in my fam, but like to my friends that gave me a lot of help throughout life. I got friends I still owe in debt to for things that they've done for me, looked out for me, showed me love, and just even not even a lot of times not even financially, just like really just like being there for a nigga when shit was just like going left. You know what I'm saying? So um, you kind of indebted to those people to do things the right way. You know what I'm saying? To be on your way. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's my sister. Hey, sister. Um, and yeah, but when people like when people like treat you right, like it's becoming to you to like continue to try to do that in your life. And you're not gonna be perfect. Everybody not gonna be happy, but you need to be happy with yourself and knowing that the moves you made, you can look in the mirror the next day and say, I did the best thing for myself and I didn't hurt nobody in the process. I didn't have to. Doing the best thing for yourself shouldn't be stealing from someone else, taking from someone else, making someone else's situation worse off than it was before. No, you always, and integrity is really, when I say man to fuck up, it's just handle your own business. But not handle your own business like, oh, I need to go out and I'm gonna rob this person and take something and make someone else live in fear, or push fear on someone else, or make someone else live in discomfort because I want something or because my life isn't going great. I never tell someone to do that. Never. I actually can say I did that once in my life, and it's probably the most shameful thing I've did. I've done. Like, and it's something that I'm gonna have to eventually, because I want to die in peace, you know. So that's something eventually I'm gonna have to, your chickens are gonna come home to roost, they say, and one day I'm gonna bring my own chickens home. You know what I mean? Like I want to die clean. You know. But anyway, that's where the channel revamp comes from. Just thinking who I am, what kind of message I want to put out, my interactions with people as of late, how those interactions have been going, um, and just wanting to show a part of myself that I really don't get to talk about much, which is just really what's up here. Like when I get the flow and the universe just like give me this knowledge and I could just talk to the cam. A lot of times, y'all, believe it or not, I go back and watch this stuff like over and over again because I don't really. Once I make the video and it's posted, the moment I watch it back, it's like I disconnect myself from, like I like I don't know if I don't put so much ego in it, because we're all flawed, you know. So I don't know if it's all ego or I've just literally taken the ego out of it and just I'm just looking down at my phone or looking at my TV, watching my videos, separating myself like, is this legit or is this not legit? Is his approach correct? Is he saying the right things? Like I really rock with this dude. Like I always feel like that when I watch my videos. Like damn, I really rock with, like he's saying some truth. Like he's speaking that shit. Like I really rock with what this nigga's saying and how he's saying it too. And that's important for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's like I could be wrong. A psychiatrist, a doctor, somebody may tell me I'm wrong, but I don't think it's ego driven. I always just want to make sure I'm doing and saying the right things. So yeah, I always go back and watch my videos when it's especially a video that's doing numbers. I probably done shit. My video that's doing numbers, I probably I'm 20 of those views, sometimes 30 of those views, because I'm watching it, seeing what I can learn, seeing how I can move, and a lot of times y'all see I like just a few minutes ago when I brought up the Jesus thing, like I just talk off the cuff, but I know what I'm saying, and I know what I'm saying ain't speculative in the sense where I know a lot of my information just gets channeled when I'm in that zone. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of times I go live that it's when I go live I'm gonna start like really like showing y'all how this shit happens to me, like where I could just like and just give y'all information. And a lot of it is a combination of stuff I already learned. And sometimes the universe just decides that it's gonna give me information to give that, and I'm just like, I didn't even know, like, okay, it makes sense, I'm with it, but I didn't even know I knew that. I promise y'all, the universe do that shit to me so much. It's like I fall asleep like watching lectures. Fall asleep like watching either oddly satisfying videos, TikTok, lectures, TED Talks, things like that. And I ain't say TikTok again. I said TED Talk. Okay. So Maybe that's like certain things just get implanted in my brain when I'm asleep, but a lot of times when I talk, I can feel the channel. Like I know that like I'm still in control of myself, but if I keep choosing to speak what I choose to what's coming, if I make the decision to speak, what's coming out of my mouth is not solely mine. It's only 25, it's only 20% mine. The 80% of it is just channeled in. The 20% of it is me making the decision to say it to you. So it's like when I get a channel, like when something is coming in, it gives me the opportunity to decide whether I want to tell you or not. But usually when the channel comes in, this is how I get tricked. And the 20% is the ability for me to just shut up and not tell you anything and just let it run through my head, right? So that's why I say I'm still in control of the channel. But and you see, this is happening now. See, I can already feel it's happening now. When I get the channel, I automatically am already in a state of having this conversation or giving my side of what I'm thinking, right? And then I'm already in my normal 100% brain functioning, IQ moving self, when you're in these type of conversations. And then the fucking channel comes on. It's like I'm already, because it's who I am. I'm already, at 100. You know what I'm saying? And then this channel comes on, and it's just like, what? Like I be one, and then a lot of times people just like they just look at me like, how you know that? How you doing that? How you doing that? You so juicy mouthy. But like, but yeah, so that's just some. I didn't think I was gonna tell y'all that, but I'm gonna get out of here, man. I've been on this bit for like 2 hours. Man, I ain't getting out of here, man. We gonna wrap. Um, but yeah, I haven't had the kind of day I wanted because I woke up way too early for my own good and went to bed way too late. But but yeah, I just thought that I thank them so much because you just hear some a certain way, and here we are, man, the fuck up. And I just appreciate everybody who subscribed, got me back to 800. You know what I'm saying? That's a big deal to me. Everybody who pop in and out the live. But yeah, we about to really get to it on this YouTube thing. Got some uh got some dope shit coming, man. Just glad y'all fuck with me. Y'all know what I say. Once we all up and stuck like that, anybody hating